I guess why are we here? You can talk about why we're here.
The point of this is just to reconnect with my buddy, my cousin, and just to kind of take a break out of life and just kind of goof around and be silly and have some good conversation and revisit some memories from the past.
Because I know that, I don't know when, but like we moved away a little bit. So then we stopped, going over there as much. But a place that I think Beard's Resort, that was just a place that everybody kind of got together to reconnect a little bit. And do you remember how old we were when everyone kind of stopped going?
I don't, but I'm pretty sure it was like in that middle school range for me
Okay.
and you, because I know we didn't do it in high school.
Right.
But I just remember being there, like elementary school was peak Beard's Resort time.
Absolutely. Is it like, yeah, things start happening, you have like summer baseball, shit like that, and then just like you have too many things to do.
Yeah, I don't know what it was that made us stop going, because it was sick. The game room was where it was at. Pole position was my thing.
That's what she said.
Yeah, my mom would give me like she worked at the local mall in our town, and that local mall had an arcade. So babysitting for me was giving me $5, and then that I would turn that into quarters, and then I would spend the next like 3 or 4 hours at the arcade.
You
Then,
dork.
Knew where I was going to be. I wasn't going to leave that place. So when at the resort, my thing was air hockey and pole position a little bit, but I think I would get frustrated really quickly at pole position. So I was just on the air hockey table, holding it down.
I feel like there was a lot of air hockey battles between me and you, because we were like similar age,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody else was older and wanted to hang out and drink beer and just putz around, and we were like all in it for the games, which little kids are.
And you always want to win. You want to be especially over your cousin.
Right. Yeah, that's the guy you want to beat the most.
Yes.
And then all the family members are just hanging out, drinking old Milwaukee Lights, and just watching the show.
Mm-hmm.
So lacrosse, do you ever see anybody sipping Old Mills anymore?
Not a ton. It's all PBRs and hams.
Yeah.
Over here. PBR eventually turned into, the hipster beer of the country.
Sure.
But I mean, old dudes and hipsters love that stuff. You don't really see a lot of Old Mill.
No, but like think about like late 80s, early 90s in our family, like Old Milwaukee Light was straight popping off. Like I look back at all the old pictures, and like in half of them, they're drinking an Old Milwaukee Light.
And do you see like the evolution of the can design of Old Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Throughout the years?
Yeah, it was popular for a long time. They were changing labels, short shorts, in the early days too, and then
Men and women.
Yeah, everybody. Chest hairs on the women. So yeah, it was man, Beard's Resort was sick. I'm still kind of sad we don't still do something like that, but some of it is too, like I think it was kind of put on by our grandparents. And when grandparents get old and, not so nimble, and health concerns happen, and I feel like that's how things kind of dissipate in families. Like those sorts of like traditions can be lost if like a grandparent, starts getting ill.
And and you see that with like family reunions and everything too.
Yeah.
So, well, eventually the families become their own families and they have their own things to do. People have kids, people have grandkids, and then that becomes the focus.
Yeah, I haven't been to a family reunion in a minute. It's been a very long time. They're weird. Like you don't remember anybody, and everybody knows you because you were a little kid. At least that's how it is for me.
Right.
So I have like 20 strangers coming up to me being like, John, how you doing? And I'm just kind of like, great. How are you, bud? You know,
Right.
great to see you, fella.
Great success.
Then they mistake you for someone else, and they ask you, Are you still at the Corky's video? No, that was worked there in high school.
Yeah.
That was like 20 years ago.
You just have to roll with it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Wayne's World 2 is coming out next weekend. It's going to be pretty big.
We're getting ready. We're
yeah.
prepping the box pyramid. Yeah.
Yeah. We have a Mike Myers cardboard cutout. It's gonna be balls to the wall, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sick. It's one of those ones that's got a sensor in it, and you walk by it, it goes swing, swing.
That's actually a really good idea. I kind of want one of those.
All right, so we should move into a little segment that we like to call
Power Move or Party Foul.
I like it. So you were talking about your neighbors are doing a lot of construction.
Yeah.
And, they have contractors over there. Why don't you tell me what you saw? What did you see in your backyard, John?
So it's not about what I saw. It's about what my wife saw.
Oh.
And yeah, so that contractors constantly, I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of work that's been going on. I mean, they've been putting in work. But the other day, they had a landscaping crew come over to install a sprinkler system down there in their lawn so that they could irrigate. And one of the workers was irrigating the lawn in the backyard, just kind of rocking a piss out in the open with it was apparently, I don't know. So this is not something that I would do, but if you go to work somewhere, do you just go pee on it? Or like, is that to me, that's a party foul to be whipping it out in broad daylight in the backyard. And,
Sure.
Like we're not in the country. There's not cornfields around, he did it behind their kids' play set, like a wild animal.
Okay. And there's I mean, you don't know where eyes are. You don't know where
Right.
looking out the backyard.
So,
Normally I would probably be in like the power move, just whip it out and go. You gotta go.
Right.
We're human beings. I'm not going to sacrifice my comfort for someone else's comfort. I got to go to the bathroom. It's a human thing. Let's do it. But I have to kind of agree. It's a party foul. There's relieving yourself next to a kid's play set in the middle of a residential backyard when you could, knock on the door. Can I use your restroom?
Right.
Or go to the gas station. Like just run down the road. There's nothing stopping you there.
And there's a porta potty.
And
Dude, that's the other thing.
Oh,
Out
man.
front, they have a porta potty, but he's pissing in the backyard.
Yeah, this is an absolute party foul. We can't be doing that. I mean, and there's laws. There's laws against that. Not just.
Oh, yeah.
Not just relieving yourself outside, but you're exposing yourself.
Yeah, there's dudes that are sex offenders that have to go like knock on doors and tell everybody every time they move. They got to go tell everybody they're a huge pervert, and it's
Right.
because somebody caught him taking a piss.
Yeah, right. Now so that's a party foul. Now would turning this person in so that they have to, in the future of their lives, like knock on people's doors to tell them they're a pervert, would that be a party foul too, though?
For sure, yeah.
Because it's the act itself is a party foul, but maybe not enough to turn him into a sex offender for the rest of his life.
Yeah, no, I don't think he should pay that kind of a like cost of his life, something that he should live with forever because he took a piss.
Right. Because maybe he lives next to a school, he'd have to move, or a playground or something like that.
Yeah, maybe that's where he started rocking pisses outside, though. Maybe he is a sick. Maybe that's his kink. That's his thing. Like just pissing in people's backyards.
Sure. And we try our best not to kink shame here, but yeah, who knows? Maybe it's the beginning of something more serious.
Yes. Yeah. You never know. Maybe that was his trial run, and he's just like, ooh,
Got away with it.
yeah, nobody saw me. Now let's see where else I can. He's like a dog. He's marking,
Right. And he got a little taste.
That's all it takes, man.
Right. Exactly.
That's all it takes. Oh man. So yeah. Honestly, if it was the dude next door, even the guy who owns the place, I would feel less weird about it because
Right.
I kind of know him. This guy's just like a worker. Like he's at work. He just like pulled it out at work.
So how often?
That's like akin to like a dude like in an office, like just whipping it out and rocking a piss in like the landscaping or something, or like a plant, like a potted plant.
Right. I mean, very basically, like you're at your job peeing on the ground.
That's a cool job, I think, right?
Exactly. It could be like you're in the office and you're just peeing in the hallway.
Right.
You gotta go. You gotta go. Cheryl from accounting's waiting to take her documents over to the boss, and she has to wait for you to relieve yourself in the hallway.
I'm pretty sure Cheryl would go to the boss and be like, "Hey, I think Matt's got a problem. I think he drinks too much."
What if she goes in the boss's room and he's just laying it down in his office? I mean, at least it's in his office.
I feel like she would have like a life questioning moment there, like, did I miss something here?
Yeah, kind of keep bad. I would kind of feel bad for Cheryl.
Oh, Cheryl.
You gotta find her something better. Some place where the men in the office aren't relieving themselves all over the place.
Yeah.
What a place to work that would be. I mean,
And it just all happened. It just happened suddenly one day. It didn't used to be that way. It was kind of nice. She told her family she was excited to work for such a prestigious company.
it's like you said, they get a taste. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all it takes, man. It's like pissing's like heroin, man. You get one taste and you'll never be the same.
Exactly. Now, we both used to be young men, little boys.
Speak for yourself, dude. I'm the youngest guy you know. Look at me.
So was there a noticeable difference between when you're a kid peeing in a toilet and peeing outside, like the feeling of it?
Yeah. Mostly peeing outside, you got like the butterflies because you're like, is somebody looking? Like it was like a rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where it starts. What about peeing in your pants?
Peeing in your pants. What is that a party foul?
Oh, I mean, yeah,
It felt
like now
different.
it is.
Yeah, it felt gross.
Now it is for sure.
For sure.
I mean, I don't know. So I remembered one time I was riding bikes from my friend Marcus's place in like first grade, and he lived a block away from where we lived, and halfway between his house and my house, I had to go. And so
you figured it out half a block.
Yeah,
Took you half a block to figure out.
I think I was at his house, and I'm like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. So I wanted to go home to go to the bathroom. But I tell you what, riding your bike down the street as fast as you can in neon green shorts and peeing, it was kind of freeing. There was kind of I know it felt gross and weird afterwards, but like during the act, there was something freeing about it.
A great success.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I get it. But I will say, full-grown adult, it is a party foul.
Even if you're on your bike in lime green shorts.
Especially if you're on your bike in lime green shorts as a full-grown adult.
Yeah. Well, so full-grown adults pee themselves riding bikes, don't they? Like you see those like Lance Armstrong, like road bike dudes, and they're like, you think if that dude's like 100 miles into a 200-mile, bike excursion, he's probably gonna piss his pants. Maybe.
Probably.
Or do they stop and like undo that? How does that work? When I see those like wetsuity looking things that they wear, like it looks like when girls wear like a jumper or romper, or what do they call those things? Where they have to like take their whole clothes off just to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, rompers.
Rompers, yeah. Does that function the same way? It looks like a wetsuit that those dudes wear.
I would think it functions kind of like a singlet or something, like a leotard almost. Yeah. So you have to. I don't know if they zip down in the front, and you have to like unroll them off your body to go to the bathroom.
Right.
Or maybe there's a little side hatch or a little lower hatch that you can just zip up and.
Yeah, like onesies, like old
Right.
school onesies where
Right.
they have like the hole in the butt with like buttons. Imagine that you have to take a dump and you got to like play with your little buttons in the back and then like flip your flap up. Good God. I'm glad the onesie pajamas, that's not like a thing. Well, it is kind of a thing, but it's not as popular anymore.
Right.
I feel like people wear them to be ironic.
Yeah, they're for sure. I mean, they're for sure coming back. Fanny packs, they got to be coming back too. They're just so practical.
Yeah, and they're actually kind of cool looking, like in an ironic way, you know. Like you see, I don't know. They make like cooler ones now. Like there's like leather ones and stuff. You know what I mean? Like they make it look like a fashion. I know.
Yeah.
Katie bought one. They call them I think they call them festival fannies. Which sounds like something.
That sounds worse.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
But she has one, and it's like all leather, and it's actually like it looks cool. Like especially if you're a chick and you wear like a hippie dress, and then you put a festival fanny on.
Sure.
It's got kind of a cool little look to it, but I don't know, man. What do you think about fanny packs? Would you wear a fanny pack?
It would depend. I mean, I think guys have the benefit of a lot of pockets and everything, but then like our pockets are basically our purses where we keep all of our stuff in, and I think fanny packs like essentially they just fall out of. They're not cool by any means, but they're practical, and they are kind of cool. Like I say, they're not cool, but then they are kind of cool. It's kind of something that you like, kind of ironically, and then you just kind of really like them. But I think like for a certain age range, they fall out of popularity because in certain age ranges, you don't really have to carry a lot of stuff.
Right.
So I could imagine like you have your phone, wallet,
Keys.
Whatever else, and then you have kids and you're carrying their things and you're carrying chapstick and everything.
Throwing your keys in your pockets.
Yeah, I think the fanny pack, it's practical, and I think it's time that it stops getting such a bad rap.
Speaking of pockets, let's do a 180 here. Did you ever wear JNCOs?
I never wore JNCOs. I never quite understood it. Having so much room around, I can never understand having so much room around my ankles.
Yeah.
My jeans.
Well, it was supposed, it's for people that don't have super svelte calf muscles like we do. I mean,
Sure.
Not everybody's as blessed with a stick physique.
I mean, did you?
Did I? Oh, yeah, dude. They weren't always for juggalos. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, I don't know. So back in like middle school days, there were so many weird fashion trends. And we used to like the JNCOs because of the sick embroidery on the back. Like it was like, graffiti embroidery on the back. We were like, whoa, dude, that's cool.
Oh,
Kids, having kids now, I see it again where like they think weird things are cool. And I was totally one of those. Like I look back at some of the like childhood looks that I had, dude. I look like a freaking idiot half the time. What was your worst ever childhood look that you like? Did you have like a weird one?
It's sad, but I don't think so.
Really?
I think I was always just
a hunk.
Always just hunking around. No, it was I was always just like a jeans and t-shirt.
Yeah.
I didn't really care, like, Levi's, a pair of Levi's and a baseball shirt or something like that.
Some silver tabs.
Yeah, and silver tabs for maybe a year, just because my friend Matt had silver tabs and he wouldn't shut up about them, so I had to try them out. I didn't like them though. They were bunched up around the crotchal area. They weren't that comfortable. But I would say maybe the weirdest fashion time was probably when my parents were dressing me. And those are like I think my favorite shorts were those once Pete neon green shorts. And I had Ninja Turtle briefs.
Nice.
So the best look, or the worst look probably was when I would wear those Ninja Turtle briefs with the neon green semi see-through shorts.
Right, because you could see the turtles. You could see the turtles, down in the sewer.
the turtles making their way to the sewer.
Yeah.
So that was probably it. But I have other people to blame for that, I guess, because I was just whatever clothes my parents put in front of me, that's what I was wearing.
Oh, dude, I rocked some really ridiculous looks, man. I was I tried to be trendy because I was an athlete. So I was trying to be like all the other, popular kids back in the day. And I think my worst look ever, I got a picture of this somewhere. It's ridiculous. So I had like that bull cut that made your head look like a erect penis.
Oh, yeah.
And I had it dyed black on the bottom and red on the top because I was a huge Bulls fan. And it was Dennis Rodman time, like everybody thought Rodman was so sick and he was like the bad boy. So I had like my hair like a Chicago Bulls boner essentially. And then I had a shiny silky shirt from Hot Topic because like Hot Topic came to Sioux Falls and like everybody, I feel like there was like a 8-month obsession with Hot Topic where everybody thought it was just cool because you go there and it had like tongue rings, but then you could also buy like real punk rock shirts and then also just really weird ass shirts like silky, it was ridiculous with like a collar. I looked like a freaking idiot.
So you had like red cap penis hair.
Yeah.
And shiny shirt.
Yeah. I looked like a shiny dog dick. Yeah. It was great.
Was that like your date shirt?
Oh, you know it.
Like gotta dress, gotta look good.
That was one of the time. I knew I had to show up the girl, I'm like, hey, you're collateral damage, babe.
Would you wear jewelry with that too?
Oh, dude, for sure. Yeah,
okay.
Puka shells. Are you kidding me? Rocking the puka. You got to go out with some puka shells.
It's true. That's true. You do.
Or if you were a real bad boy, you'd get like a hemp necklace with like a little glass mushroom in it or something. That's if you're trying to piss your parents off.
Oh yeah. I feel like there's like underlying in all of these fashion choices in JNCOs and shiny shirt and the hair. I feel like there's like a low simmering anger underlying that whole thing. Like you gotta, it's like against authority. Like you gotta show up authority. You gotta stand out.
Yeah, with my haircut, I was a raging boner against the machine.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
That's stupid. And the funny thing was too, there were older kids because that was like the haircut back in the day, and it's because of that friggin' jerk Jonathan Taylor Thomas had that. Dude, he had that hairstyle, and all the girls liked it, and we were like, we gotta have the JTT cut.
Right.
And all the older dudes that would like, go around and pick on us and like bully. It was always like, penis head jokes. So they're like, oh, look at his hair. He's like, oh, look at the little dickhead. Oh man, that was the worst fashion thing ever. The bowl cut thing never should have been a thing.
Yeah. And I don't know, I don't know how it started.
It was JTT, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, JTT. But was it just the ease of the haircut?
I
don't
know how it started, like literally. Like who thought that looked good?
I don't know. Like, did anybody literally just get a bowl put on their head and have their like mom or dad cut around it?
No, that would be a sick way to get it. I mean,
Dumb and Dumber
if you're
style?
not like if you're not trained in hairstyling,
Yeah.
you just find a bowl that fits your head and you
Just cut around the bowl, and that's it.
That's it. I don't know, man. All I know is like girls back in the day, they were like, they saw that bowl cut and they were like, that's
Oh.
it. That's the guy.
Tiger beat,
There he is.
walking in the building right there.
That was a power move back in the day.
Absolutely.
The bowl cut. You know what else I like to wear now? Because I'm an extremely young man. I wear Lee jeans. You gotten into these?
Lee jeans.
Lee.
I mean, I've always been a Levi man myself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I get it. I get it.
What do you like about Lee's?
The way they fit my bulbous body. Yeah, I
Okay.
used to think Lee jeans were the worst. I remember going shopping with my mom. She tried to give me Lee jeans, and I'd be like Lee dungarees,
Oh
and I'd
God.
be like, God, no, Mom, no. You know,
Does anybody even know what a dungaree is?
what is a dungaree? It sounds like Dunkaroos.
It does.
Man, I could talk about old-fashioned trends forever. There was some weird ones. Carpenter pants.
Carpenter pants. You
Yeah,
got the little loop for your hammer.
yeah. Did anyone ever actually wear a hammer? You ever seen somebody have a hammer in there? Like a
Actually,
legit carpenter.
I have. Actually, I have. Not like it's not like an all day thing, but back in like retaining wall days, I used to work outside and build like retaining walls.
Yeah.
I think you did it more as a joke, like going between two things. Like you'd have like but the hammers we used were like 5-pound hammers, so you can't really like, walk around all day with those
Yeah.
in that little loop.
Dude, those are some sick jeans. They can hold a 5-pound friggin'
Yeah.
hammer without
Yeah.
ripping.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have to have a good belt. Apparently a dungarees are pants made of blue denim.
Oh, so
So
jeans.
literally Lee jeans.
Yeah,
Lee jeans.
that's dumb.
I know.
Dungarees. That sounds so dumb.
It's so many letters just to say jeans.
Yeah, and it has dung in it. Got a built-in diaper. These are my dungarees, babe. Don't worry. We can keep riding our bikes.
It's holding it in. It's the dungaree test.
It won't leak.
How long does that turd stay in there? Is it more about the underwear choice or the jeans though?
Oh, well, with Lee, it's about the jeans. It's about the dungarees. I don't think they make dungarees anymore though, because mine just say Lee.
Okay.
And Brett Favre wears them, so they're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Good stuff.
it's the only jeans that fit me right. Like all the other jeans, I still have, like, I used to be an athlete, so I still have like kind of chubby legs that used to be muscular, but they're still the same size but less muscle.
Sure.
And pants just don't fit me right. So Lee's, that's my thing, man. That's my jam.
And we should say, like, this is unprompted. This is not an advertisement. This is just John expressing his love for Lee's.
Dude,
Lee
I wish I would be honored to be the pitch man for Lee's, man.
I would love to hear that phone call. Like, hey John, would you like doing a commercial with us? And I would be honored.
Yeah.
It would. All my life I've been waiting for this opportunity.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Can I do it for free?
Right.
Please.
I don't think I could hack it though as a jeans model. Unless it was like they're advertising it for dads,
Yeah.
They're just looking for an average dude. I'm your guy.
Now, what would like 3 or 4 things have to be in the dad jean commercial? What's that dad doing?
Well, tackling his son, playing football,
Okay.
but doing like the dad tackle where you don't just lay him the the F out. You actually like you nail them really hard, but then you wrap up so they don't fall hard. You know,
Yes.
the dad impact.
So something active.
Right. And then maybe fishing. Probably need to be fishing with the kid and like with an arm around it, almost like you know, like I don't know. And then what else are they drinking beers?
Drinking beers.
At the bar, like slamming beers together with your bud, and some of it flies out that nobody ever does.
And shots of the jeans.
Yeah, shots of the jeans on a stool.
Shots of the jeans on the stool. Shot of the white shoes, then a shot of the jeans.
Yeah,
I
mowing the
imagine.
lawn. I guess, maybe.
Mowing the lawn, washing the car.
Yeah.
Maybe, and then close it all up with the barbecue.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Just
Flipping
burger on the grill.
the burgers.
Yep. And then as it fades away, you have like a sunset with an American flag, and then they're all around in the backyard enjoying their food and laughing.
Right. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's almost like a Cialis commercial or something. You know?
Yeah.
Different products, but the same kind of sentiment, like how they tape it. Like it's very dramatic.
Right.
Like
right.
look at how good your life is.
When you have jeans that fit, when they hug your bulbous body. I would like to see, so like a Cialis commercial, I feel like they could just change the voiceover for it and then some of the graphics and then make like 20 commercials out of that.
Right.
That's it. How easy is that?
Well, yeah, it works with everything. I mean, that's how lazy those commercials are, honestly. It's just
right.
Like, you know, it's always a guy dancing with an old lady and they're, you know, with rose petals and doing all these things nobody ever does. And they're always at the dock, but they're not ready to swim. Like he's in a sweater with a scarf.
Right.
Like, okay, dude, what is this, New England? Are you at the wharf?
Right. Then they're sitting in side-by-side bathtubs outside, because who doesn't have that in their backyard?
Yeah.
Then you know it's time.
Right. You got to have side-by-side bathtubs if you want to have a landscaper come over. You know?
Exactly.
Got to have somewhere to take a piss.
Right.
So yeah, man, old school fashions. One we were going to talk about, I remember we had mentioned this, chain wallets and chain watches and just chains in general.
Chain watches?
Yeah.
Oh, like a pocket watch?
Yeah, man. But you know, they got some people, they chain it to them. Mm-hmm. Like a train conductor would.
Well, I think I get it. Like I get chain watches, like that's pretty cool. If you wear a total power move, if you have one of those and you also wear a vest.
A vest, and you have the chain coming out of the vest.
Yes.
Dude.
That's the power move. The wallet though, like, is it kind of out of a fear of theft?
That's what I think, but like, where do you live? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, who's such a good pickpocket they can just reach in your freaking butt and take your wallet, you know?
Especially if you're wearing like those JNCO jeans with like the deep pockets.
Yeah.
Like you have to go like elbow deep in those things to get the wallet out.
Right. Yeah. You literally have to like dive in.
So have you ever had a chain wallet?
Well, duh. I mean, I had a penis head haircut. Of course I had a chain wallet. That was hot topic, man. That was what I chose to spend my money on when I was 12, and I had, you know, $20 from saving my allowance for a month.
Sure.
I had a chain wallet like a freaking idiot.
You dork.
Something that you can get at like a carnival these days.
You win it for throwing darts at a balloon.
Here's a chain for your wallet. I don't have a wallet. So I would always spend my money on the next video game.
You dork.
Yeah. That's what I would do. I remember having Battle Toads on layaway for like yeah.
What a random game.
I know. For some reason, I always kind of think about that one. Like I had that on layaway for like 3 weeks at Shopko, saving up my probably a month, and then the day came when you had the remaining $5 or whatever was left, and you go home and you have your new video game.
It was like it was like $40, like not even that much
At
money.
most, at most.
Yeah, but you were like a little kid, and you like got your finger in the poor high school girl that's working the counter, and you're like, I'm gonna be back for this. You just
Yep.
wait and see.
Make sure
I'm
no
gonna
one
get that
takes this.
Battle Toads.
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, they were probably like $25 for
Yeah.
these games.
Yeah.
But it's like, all right, that's how you learn how to be responsible, by making payments on something that you can't afford all at once.
Right. That's how you learn how to be an adult.
Yep. You can't afford that right now, so why don't you just pay it in installments?
Yeah, that's fair. That's life once you grow up, man. You know? And it's like, I don't know, you pay it off and then you feel like
A great success.
You did it. Nice.
So yeah, speaking of video games,
Yeah.
what kind of stuff like systems? What kind of stuff did you play back in the day? And do you still play stuff now?
I do. I feel like you and I grew up on similar systems,
For sure.
but it started with I think we were in our basement. I was just like hanging out at my house, and maybe I don't know how old I was, but first or second grade maybe, and then old dad walks in with a regular Nintendo, just like out of nowhere, like a hero. Just walks in, he has it. I think I don't even know I knew I wanted it, but I was so excited. Then we popped that bad boy open, and that kind of started everything. So it was, I went from regular to Super Nintendo, then we hopped into Sega for a little bit, then onto PlayStation. I used friends for like N64 and GameCube. I never did the N64. I think that's when I hopped over into my Sega days.
Yeah.
With some Sonic the Hedgehog and all the Disney games, Aladdin, and then it was PlayStation. But yeah, it all started with regular Nintendo. Oh, and you can't forget Game Boy.
No, Game Boy, sick. Especially the old green, green screen. When everybody had, I remember seeing kids playing with Game Gear, and it was, Sega's Game Gear, and it had color and stuff. And then I remember being like, oh, well, that's stupid, man. Game Boys are supposed to be green. It's just such a stupid take back in the day.
Absolutely. Were you into NBA Jam?
Oh, dude. Top 5 games.
Yeah.
NBA Jam Tournament Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I would say my top 5 games, by the way, NBA Jam TE, for sure. Got to go with Super Smash Bros. I don't know if you ever played that, but that's sick. Super Mario 64. You didn't have the N64, huh? That was Super Mario 64 is my jam, dude.
Okay.
That was like the first. I feel like that was like the first adventure game where you were like free to roam and you didn't just go straight through a level. And that was just like mind blowing at the time. And then high school played a lot of Vice City. That'd be number 4.
Definitely.
And this is in no order, but that's like number 4 on the top 5. And then I would say ESPN, NFL 2K5 with T.O. on the cover. Like, Madden's cool. I get it. But, man, 2K5 was just the bee's knees, man. Best football game ever. You had to mash a button for turbo. So you had to, like, physically, like, make it run faster.
Okay.
Which was sick. And then it had this first person inside the helmet gameplay like thing that nobody had ever done before. So you could be the player and it would show like the face mask was in your way of sight lines and stuff. And you'd have to be like if you were the wide receiver, it'd like run the route for you. But then if the quarterback threw it to you, you'd have to like put your arms up to catch it.
Okay.
And sometimes you'd be like running 10 plays and not getting the ball at all, and it would be super boring. But it was like legit football, man. It felt like football. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I was a Madden kid myself.
Yeah, I grew up on Madden, but that 2K5, and then I feel like Madden realized 2K5 was like the apex of football gaming at the time because they like bought out the rights to it and
Okay.
squashed it.
Capitalism, man.
Yeah, they were like, no more of this.
Yep.
Eating
You guys
into
did
our
a good
audience.
job. What was like your biggest accomplishment that you not accomplishment, but like what was like the biggest video game moment for you?
Like biggest ever?
Yeah.
I don't maybe beating like Final Fantasy VII because that game took like an entire year. It felt like to beat.
Nice.
So yeah, and like me and my friends were really into that game, and like nobody had beaten it yet, and we were all. It was like a race to win it, and
Okay.
yeah, scaling the pillar of opponents in Mortal Kombat and beating that mean four-armed bastard that would. You know, Goro, yeah, you could never beat him.
Right. Well, he's got too many arms.
Yeah.
He has
An unfair
What?
advantage.
what, twice as many arms as a normal person would?
Yeah, dude's straight up mutant.
Right. He's also big.
Yeah, that dude was sick. I wish I was that. Well, maybe not. That'd be weird.
Yeah. You wouldn't be able to find any clothes. That's probably why he was always shirtless.
Yeah.
No
I
one
never
no one
thought
makes
of it that way.
Yeah. I mean, think about how angry you'd be if like you just lived your life and no one makes forearm shirts for you.
I mean, I would think you'd learn how to sew.
Yeah, you think he'd be able to.
Yeah. You know? I mean, if you want to wear a shirt, maybe he lived in a warmer climate. I don't know.
That's true. In whatever other spirit realm he came from.
Yeah. Yeah, man. No, but like, yeah, video games are sick. I remember I had a Nintendo like way back in the day when I was a little kid because I think my dad liked to play it. I think I had to have been like 3 or something. I was just like a little baby. But we used to play Duck Hunt because you could play with the little gun thing. I think it came with regular Nintendo back in the day. And it was back when we used to live in like this just sick ass trailer house. And this kid named Philip used to ride his bike over, and he would piss his pants on our floor playing video games because he didn't want to go to the bathroom because he was afraid he was going to miss something.
Oh God.
My parents always had to like kick him out and be like, Philip, you need to go home. You peed on our carpet again. He was like a excited puppy.
Yeah. God, I think we had one of those too. A little friend that we had to kick out all the time.
Yeah, because he was peeing?
A creative way to go, number 2.
Oh, really?
In the bathroom. I mean, at least it was in the bathroom, but it was very like modern art and how he would clean up himself.
Did he do a upper decker where he'd poop in like the top part?
No, I mean it was just there was just a lot of stuff to clean. It wasn't
like,
great.
Your bathroom was like a Picasso.
Correct. Yeah.
He decided he was gonna make a painting.
Yeah. Finger painting.
He was gonna paint a mural.
Yeah.
In your bathroom.
No one's ever. He was the first and only person to ever be banned from using the Tukwa bathroom. Banned for life.
What was his name?
I can't say that.
Yeah. Not even the first one. It's okay.
Yeah.
No, it's good. I was just wondering because if the landscapers ever came back, I was going to see if he works there now. You know, maybe the guy in the backyard is that guy.
Exactly.
He's just always been free.
It's always been weird pee poop things going on.
Yeah.
But I feel like video games. I feel like I was kind of not raised by them, but that was like my babysitter for a long time.
That's fair. Yeah,
and
me too.
We would have a babysitter, but like I would just like I'm just gonna go down. I'm just gonna go play Mario, or I'm gonna go, play Madden or whatever. And then I was good. I could sit in front of a TV forever, which probably not the best for us.
Right.
But
we turned out okay. I mean, look at us. We're We're a couple of hunks.
Just hunks.
Just hunks, man.
Yeah. No, I'm super intentional about like my kids not letting them play too much, which makes parenting much harder, you know? Like we actually have to do it, which
Yeah.
is like you never known how hard things are until you don't have the well, we still have the cop out where it's like just go play video games but we like cap it, you know? We're like, "Hey man, you got half an hour to go play and then you got to go outside," or you know. But nobody had to make me go outside back in the day. Like I'd play outside all day long. And then I'd play video games at night, all night long, you know? Like I was all about like competition, man. I was a little competitive jerk.
Right. Well, that's what it was about. Like you played, yeah. Always wanted to play, like playing against the neighborhood kids, playing like pickup games of basketball,
Right.
playing tackle football.
Yes.
Yeah, constantly outside.
I remember there was like, we used to play tackle football with the older kids. And there was this one, his name was Josh. I won't say his last name, but the guy was just a huge jerk. But anyway, and I'm saying that ironically. So he was always like super rough with everybody, and we were all littler than him. He was like a bigger kid. But I still remember we're playing tackle football, no pads. And he came to like hit me really hard, and he ran into my like tree trunk thighs. Back in the day, I don't know. For some reason, I always had big legs, and he broke his collarbone.
Jesus.
And it was that was something I always remember. It was like something where everybody was like high-fiving me and stuff later, and they're like, "Yeah, he deserves that," because he was always like kind of the bully, you know?
Yeah. Then you and your fat legs became the hero.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm like, I'm just gonna run through this guy, and that's what I did. And he was like all like, "Oh," you know? It was pretty great.
Nice.
This has gone really smoothly. I feel like we've been talking forever. So we better wrap it up with the last segment, the
Stone Cold Hunks.
Oh. Yes, we should. So who is your stone cold hunk of the week?
my stone cold hunk, and this is because I just recently got into this dude on Instagram. I totally forgot about him. He's like an enigma from the 90s that I thought, you know, like disappeared from this earth. But Carrot Top. You remember Carrot Top, the comedian that he always used to, he was like Gallagher. He used to use all these silly props and stuff.
Right.
Well, these days, dude, he's legitimately jacked like a brick. Like he's veiny like an erect penis. Like he looks like something from my nightmare.
Sure. I think he looks like something from everyone's nightmare.
He looks like if the creepy clown from that movie that
It?
Yeah, what's his name?
It?
Yeah, what's the clown's name? Do you remember? I don't know. It's like Pennywise. He looks like if Pennywise took off his makeup and like meshed with Mark McGuire. Like he is just jacked. And I kind of like it, you know? Like
Okay.
I feel like that dude was like the butt of a lot of jokes back in the day, and he's probably got some real mental health problems because of how like his body looks now. But you know, if you're gonna be like the dork and then you turn into like the most jacked dude ever, like props to that guy on you know, his fitness.
Yeah. That's some commitment.
Yeah, that's not something I could do, I don't think. I mean, I could, but I don't know that I'd have the tenacity.
Right.
For
Right.
lack of a better word.
The tenactin.
It's kind of, I'm not tough acting, not me.
No. Did that bring you back to, did you watch some of his old comedy routines?
Oh, no, I didn't like any of
I
it.
wouldn't do that.
Yeah, no, he's not a hunk for his comedy, let me tell you.
No. Not a comedy hunk.
No.
Prop comedians. I don't know if there's a good prop comedian, and that's coming from like I'm not a comedian myself, so I couldn't do it. So I respect the
Right.
anybody willing to go out on stage and just like lay it all out there. But yeah, prop comedians and ventriloquists and mimes, like they're just
Not
I
a
don't
big
know,
Jeff
man.
Dunham fan.
Not really, not
No.
really.
All of his racial stereotype characters.
Carrot Top, but yes, good on him getting all ripped.
For sure, man. I mean, he's a hunk, for better or worse. I mean, he's not funny, but I don't know that he has to be anymore. He's made his money.
Yeah, I mean he has like a I would call it like a beefy aunt look.
Swing,
Beefy aunt look.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
It's the hair. It's the sometimes he's rocking a little mascara.
yeah. He paints
Just
his
to make the
nails.
eyes pop. You know, you got to make those green eyes pop.
Right.
Um,
He's had some facial surgeries too that make him look 10 times more terrifying.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would not recommend. I mean, I don't know that there's anybody, any actor like maybe there are because maybe you just can't notice if it is a good face job, but
Right.
not aging gracefully in Hollywood is just kind of like you can tell.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's like
Worked under their face,
look.
you can tell. Then they start to get
Yeah.
that like lion person, like that cat person look to them.
Yeah, it's over then.
It's done. You're done.
You're done. You've done it. No. I tell people all the time. There was people that were like, "Oh, when you get older, would you?" And I'm like, "Dude, when you're old, you're supposed to look old. Like
Right.
it's okay to look old. You are old, so it's all good."
Right.
You
Right.
know? Like when old people try to be like if you see like an old lady who's like 70 and she's out at the bar with a bunch of young girls like taking shots, like not a good look, dude. I look at that and I'm like, what? Like, no, go. You're somebody's grandma. This is not you're gonna end up, puking in your own hair at 70.
It's not, and that's not ideal.
No, stop trying to be young. Like being young's not that cool. I mean, man, it's way cooler now to be like mid 30s than it was to be mid 20s. Man, I had no money. I was doing dumb stuff all the time. I worked
Yeah.
awful jobs. It's like, nah, dude. Being young's not all it's cut out to be. I mean, I get it. It's fun, but like, at a certain point, you gotta like find fun in like the mundane, regular, like adult life things too. Like,
Sure.
that's a
Well, I mean,
maturity,
I can't wait. I can't wait to be like 70.
dude, for sure.
Like I want like then people will just like leave me alone. That'll be perfect. I can't wait. I can't wait.
To come see you. They're like,
Yeah.
maybe if we just
I have to like
if we
make
just ignore it, it'll go away.
I just have to make up this like thing of like when they come to see me, like, oh, so good to see you. You never come around, but like cannot wait to be an age of where I'm just forgotten. Just leave me over. Just leave me over there. Throw a TV at me and I'm fine. Give me some coffee and some books.
Young and the Restless.
Yeah, you guys go out there, have fun, whatever. I'm done. I'm done with you.
Who's your hunk, man?
I was thinking about that. I think my hunk this week is Ben Stiller.
Oh, for sure.
Or just because, man, he's
Underrated hunk.
He is an underrated hunk, and it's not just because of when I was in high school, people said I would look like him.
Yeah.
I mean that makes him like handsome. That makes him handsome and hunky for sure.
Oh,
But I don't know. So I'm a little bit addicted to social medias. So I'm on Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. Those are only two of them, but I'm on more. But Ben Stiller, he's just doing a lot of work. He's doing a lot of work. He right now is, what is it? He is the Goodwill Ambassador for the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. So yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So not only, so he's entertained us over the years with some solid flicks, but now he's putting in a lot of work trying to like make the world a better place. and it's commendable. So he's my hunk of the week just because he's choosing to use his fame to help people.
Solid choice. Yeah, much more thought out. I just chose some superficial veiny guy.
Some red-haired guy that's jacked now.
What does that say about the two of us? I don't know.
You know, there will be more hunks, definitely.
Oh, there's so many hunks. There's too many hunks to mention. That's why we did a segment.
Exactly.
All right. Well, shoot, man. I think I got to go to work now, unfortunately. But this has been sick. This is fun.
Absolutely.
I feel like we didn't even get to talk about half the things, which is good. That means plenty of topics to bring up later.
And that'll happen. You just got to let it go wherever it goes.
Yeah.
The subjects and everything.
Yeah, that's what the landscaper was doing, you know.
Just letting it go where it goes.
It's the same thing, you know.
Good on him. You know what? Power move. I revert back.
All right, fair enough.
He's just letting it happen. He's just
letting it go wherever it goes, man.
He's not concerned with the society that you've constructed in your head, and the rules and the everything. He's just gonna go.
Yeah, he's just like a wild animal. It's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
They let him out of the cage to do work, and he peed all over the backyard. All right.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure, John. We will see you next week.
Okay. Later.
Bye.